Hello, hello. Happy Monday, superstars. I'm sitting on my glute balls because I got a little bit of sore lower back and today it's leg day. So I'm preparing and doing my routine in order to have my best body that I can have. And I must say that I've never felt healthier, happier, fitter from top to toe, including my mind, ever in my life, which means I think really I'm true about that life gets better and better the wiser you become. And one thing that I love about myself is I don't hold on to things that have always been the way I want to. I don't look for a permanency. I have no interest to kind of set up stationary life where I'm gonna continue holding on to that with all I got until I'm dead. Most people seem to want to be like that. So for instance, lately or recently, I changed location. I was not going home. I've been home in LA for a long, long time. I was not going to be permanently in one spot. I am here in another chapter. I'm a digital nomad. I want to explore and expand the whole world because why only be in one place? So it says a little bit about my mindset and also why I want you to think about your perception of challenges and fitness challenges and why I am not hosting them anymore. So first of all, fitness life is not on and off, but the typical person wants it to be that now you're going to embark on a new challenge. You are excited and motivated, and you are going to do your best and be 100% on and have super zealous ambitions. Then usually you fall flat because life happens, or you get injured, or something else happens, and you cannot stay focused. It's all or nothing mentality, and it's entrained in a culture. So in order to change your body and to be more reliant, and get yourself to stay accountable, to enjoy the daily practice, to live the lifestyle of fitness and wellness, you have to actually change your mind. And that's a daily practice. So a big thing with me why I do not want you to keep on having challenges as a way you build up your fitness life is that it's synonymous with programs, new courses, new progressive way to train and evolve body and mind, your self-relationship. That means you cannot keep on training with a program, a cookie cutter program that is for hundreds or thousands of people. I know you love your P90X and your Body Beast and your Ultimate Bulletproof Fat Loss Diet program and all that, but what has become of it? None has really stuck unless you're one of the few who understand what it takes to enjoy fitness life and keep on living it. As a coach, I have no interest to kind of build people up and then see you fall for your own self-sabotage and self-defeat because you don't have the tools and don't have the practice ground where you are held accountable and kept in check, and to make sure you are stimulated with new ways to train, new ways to think, new ways to eat, and all that goes into self-care, self-love, and a happy, good, productive life. And that's what I'm about. So when you ask why no challenges, I'm saying I will know it's better for you to stay around and build it up for a longer time. It's the difference between a one-night stand and a marriage. What do you think gives you most value? So I am that person who wants you to believe in yourself, build yourself up, be around people who build you and bring you closer to being happy, to help you discover yourself so you stop living like you're always diet depressed and feel like I just have to do this workout again. I don't want to do it, but I'm still going to do it. That's how you don't. You're not going to keep doing it because you're human. You're too intelligent. You're going to not keep on doing what isn't enjoyable. So no matter how much you try to be tougher, no matter how much you think you believe in willpower, the willpower powers out when you have no discipline to rely on. So your motivation will be like a bag in the wind. And until you have learned how to motivate yourself through all the typical hiccups, you will keep on falling back to need to restart again. And before you do, you sabotage, you live your non-functional lifestyle, making unhealthy choices for yourself, regaining fat you have spent months burning off for years, and then you feel miserable and hate yourself. I don't want to be part of that because I know it can be better if you give yourself time and you show up and you're realizing that today is the only day that matters. Today is the only day to practice. Because if you can't remember today, you are not going to be stronger next morning. So one little tip here, for instance, if you feel like you want to cheat or stray from a plan today or start over another day, or you can't resist your temptations, how about you learn how to resist and succumb on plan? If you feel that you're always hungry, how about you stop eliminating the foods you love so you can have balance? How about you give up on this kind of complex about being so perfect so you cannot ever be even kind of moderately good so you can achieve your results and maintain them with ease? So everyone seems to be kind of interested to be religious. You want to give and commit yourself 100% and then you fall flat. It's over and over. That's yo-yo culture. That's the body shame, the body criticism, and stress yourself to death just to kind of try to lose some weight and then you regain it again. The thing is, you gotta be patient and give yourself time. And that's what you have in life, because what is the deadline? You are not gonna be like 20-year-old who won't see through your own BS and your stories and your escapes over and over and over, unless you're gonna be like most people who choose to deny who you are, who feel embarrassed. You don't want to be aware of who you are. It's too uncomfortable. It's too much an ego kick. You can't take it. You feel offended. I say, hey, you're just like everyone else. You pig out because you will. Like sooner or later, if you don't know how to eat to be satisfied and you don't teach yourself how to have moderation of your treats and indulgences, if you don't know how to give up on your macro tracking, to stop tracking calories and over and over and over, just until you get overwhelmed, then you're not going to be able to maintain that happy, healthy fitness life. It's got to be unsustainable. And that's why I don't want you to go for meal delivery or to try to make it convenient, to kind of eliminate everything away from you so you think you can't have access. You are so smart. You will find a way. And here's another fun thing. You are not even aware that when you play that game, it's a seduction game and you always lose to yourself. You will have the little bit of, ooh, it's forbidden. Oh, I want it more. And then you feel guilty. Now you're going to punish yourself. So you're going to be attracted to coaches who give you drill sergeant style, who are diet polices, and you want me to be that. But I have no interest, because if you are not allowed to be free, if you don't have choices that I can choose anything I want, but I choose the way I'm going to be happy tomorrow, even today when I kind of want to lie to myself and say, oh, just today's the last day. When you actually realize that I say that every time, you start to transform your mind, and that's the only way you can transform your body. So this is something you commit to, you're married to yourself. So it's kind of a little bit of how you perceive your challenge. And if I call you out on it, how many challenges have you done that you kind of give up a little bit? You get demotivated. You have your fun friends at home and they are not caring about your fitness goals. They don't care about you eating healthier. They don't care that you might not live that long if you don't change your lifestyle. Because people are people. They want to keep on doing what they've always done. And people are in general more destructive than constructive. It takes more energy to be positive, optimistic, to change every thought from a bad one to a good one, and to want to do it every day instead of having another reason why you can't do this today. So ask your negative friends and ask, why don't you do it? And they have thousands of lists of reasons of today is not the day, or I cannot do this because I want to be a victim and I want to keep on eating my crap, and then say, well, I would be on Ozempic if I had money or something, right? And I want to say something about Ozempic. What happens after you have got lean? You get diet depressed. You forget how it felt when you felt fat and unhealthy. You forget how it feels after you eat too much of junk food. You forget, because now it's a matter of life or death on a cellular level, and your mindset goes down into negativity, and you yearn to have what everyone else is having, which is not the body manifestation you want, but hey, you just focus on what you don't have instead of all you can have and be and choose. So it's about wanting to have a conscious decision and making yourself commit to yourself, your well-being, not only for the impulse eating, the impulse self-destruction, but actually want to be your own best friend. This all requires a passionate coach, a passionate trainer who shows up and keeps you accountable. You're going to check in regularly. You're going to have meetings and show up. You're going to have form check. You're going to have new training program. You're going to learn how to take care of your body. You're going to learn how to stretch and not just do cardio when you're in the mood. You're going to learn about being your own medical doctor. You're going to be your own health advocate. You're going to have to want to be happy and and love yourself. Because if you can't have that, you're always going to hate other people. You're always going to be feeling defeated or inferior to other people. So it's all your own choice. And I don't want to be part of that kind of crowd. Because I am happy by choice. I want to be happy every day. I want to remember how I feel tomorrow if I don't live today, as today is the only day that counts. So that's why I say seize the training day. It really means you focus on now, you perfect the daily routine instead of going for this typical of, I get overwhelmed, I'm feeling stressed, anxiety. Now you have performance pressure. Now you have performance anxiety. You don't want to succeed because now you feel pressure. You don't want to fail, so now you don't want to start. You see, it's like this kind of complete brainstorm, and you want to have peace. So that's why I teach you meditation. That's why I say it's a waste of time to keep on training hours a day to try to work off the calories you just ate without thinking about the consequence. It's not about the fat gain. It's about how you feel on the inside, and then that is how your body feels and looks. So it's really about that big, fat commitment to yourself. How long are you going to wait for that? Are you going to wait for that perfect moment and then you look back on your life, it has never happened yet? And if it did, it was very short-term based, so you never got to see the results. You never learned. So then I wonder, how many more decades are you going to wait to learn, to be willing to actually see yourself and want to be yourself and allow yourself to accept that, hey, you're not perfect, but that's not what you need to do. Everyone is the same way, so you're going to be perfect then. Everyone is the average one. Good. We're all the same. So you gotta have to choose yourself and stop waiting for some miracle like Ozempic, which is not changing anything. Because you know what happens with Ozempic? If you have diabetes type 1, then it's a great medication. If you don't, and it's something about your behavior and your pattern, and you need to relearn, and you need to know how to take care of your body and mind with nutrition and exercise and mindset, guess what? You're going to fall for the same diet depression. It doesn't matter if it's a diet suppressant or an injection or whatever block or prison. You are going to find your way back to what makes you happy, like a cocaine rush right then. You will. And if you are going to defy me on that, sure, keep on trying, because that way you keep on hating yourself. So that's why, again, it's like nobody wants to talk about the big elephant in the room, which is you are not here to be seeing yourself and then deal with it and want to have it as a journey, as a practice, and stop on and off dating yourself and see if you are worth it or you just want to be a flake. So I'm all about that self-love, self-care, independence, and be proud of being yourself and take the time and be your own best friend. Not someone who stabs you in the back and then pretends that you are not aware. And when you are alone at night, when you have resisted everyone's ridicule around you, that you want to hold it accountable for why you cannot choose how to eat healthy and to stick to your principles. Then when you're home, you are the one who goes to the refrigerator and picks out your chocolate or your ice cream or your pizza. Again, right? So it's not the outside world. It's not other people. It's you commit this to yourself. And I want to solve that for you and help you, guide you. So that is why I want you to get out of this yo-yo culture with this the challenge, is body transformation, because you need the mind transformation and change the way you see yourself and want to be happy. Everything starts there, because if you're not happy, you don't care. You won't care about eating vegetables and to think about how can I learn how to have a simple cooking. You won't have an interest to invest long-term habits. You just want to keep on doing the pattern that is crash diet and short-term based. So here is my counteroffer. How about you see it as you only have today anyway? Why don't you make it the best today only? Only one day. How much pressure and anxiety can you have for the future then? Now you're talking, right? So then I just want to tell you one more thing before I go. All right, so I have a pet peeve for optimizing health for everyone, like we are all one. And the pressure and the stress of not being able to achieve or hold on to those optimal levels of benefits and the impact on your health and how it's going to destroy you. And we're all going to die from everything that is going to be bad in our food. If we don't get sleep, if we sleep too little, then we're going to have no muscle and we're going to shrink and cortisol is going to kill us. All that stuff. I'm so tired. And the reason why I rant about this today is because it's over and over. And here is me, the contrarian again. My whole life has been on a very light sleeper. It was one reason why I surrendered to learn meditation. That was a blessing in disguise, because I became a super meditator. And now I have embraced and accepted that I am like a Buddhist who sleeps 4 hours a night. My yoga nidra is my heaven. It's the one that saves me. My mindful practice of laying down and visualizing and breathe, that is keeping me powerful. So this has been nothing about my different stresses in life. It has not been when, that when I was young, then I slept like a baby, or when I was a teenager, I slept like a baby. It has always been like this. And in my dream life, and when I'm now back to dreaming, it's still in that time frame. So I have accepted that I am a 4-hour sleeper. If I don't let myself be that, I say, that's how I am. I am functioning excellently. I am healthy. I know my body. I know my mind. But if I try to conform and listen to all these science studies that indicate that I will die tomorrow with heart disease and no muscle mass atrophy based on my sleep rhythm, then I will always feel defeated and like I can never be good enough. And that pisses me off because I know that the way I feel, and I'm thinking about everyone else who is insomniac, and I know about how all this pressure that I've put on myself to try to keep on having normal sleep rhythm and having this constant fear of, you gotta have 7 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep. And I get so jealous of everyone who sleeps like a baby, who falls asleep so easy. And here I am, who is the typical opposite. So I have had many, many years of psychological anxiety onto this that I don't even want to try. So for November 2019, when I committed my life to meditation, it was one reason I had to find my way. And since I have a superpower to induce a meditative state, I have that as my kind of Buddhist meditation sleep as they do. So I research it, and that is how the Buddhists sleep, 4 hours a night, and then they meditate. So in my yoga nidra, I have that in-between states. It's not sleep and it's very deep, and it takes about 2 hours into that super transcendence when you feel like you are the whole universe. So I'm addicted to that. It has become my oasis, my escape from this pressure of accomplishing, achieving, succeeding at being optimal in the sleep department. There is no melatonin that works. It's not, I've tried all the sleep medications. I have exhausted all the different medical conditions. This has been my whole life through all the different challenges, the different health things, the different obstacles, the things to overcome. So it is my genetics set point. I'm not the only one. There was one, I remember a politician, some female that also was like 4 hours sleep. And I think Elon Musk, I believe too, he's a light sleeper. I don't know. But there's a lot of people. We just don't talk about it as much. It's always about optimizing sleep for people at large. And I understand that because people are sleep deprived in general, and sleep needs to be prioritized. But for me, it becomes an annoying thing when I can't even talk about my 4 hours sleep, because that becomes a thing about discussion. And the more you discuss something, the more inflamed it becomes. And for me, I'm a delicate flower. I get anxiety then, and it's going to be when I go to bed. Then that's a problem. And here's another thing. Do you think I have a problem falling asleep when it's not, like in another place, like on the couch now with my sister? No, I do that. 30 seconds in and then I sleep. But then it becomes psychologically something, because this has been conditioned into me forever since I was a child, through the worries, through the different things in life, through the different patterns. Then I was a blackjack dealer night shift, 4 nights from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for many years. And then I moved to America, and that was pressure, and I was up 3 a.m. to drive to Hollywood to train clients and celebrities, and then back to the Gold's Gym. And then my best friend, who didn't know that I needed to sleep, kind of just started the day, and then that was the TV on, and there was no respect. So all that is not me saying I'm the victim. I'm just saying it's hard to rewire, also if you genetically is a light sleeper. So right now I'm on a high because I'm back to sleeping, and I'm back to the sleeping with dreams. And I have allowed and accepted that 4 hours is my routine. So 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. is my deep sleep. I'm saying this so you have options to know that if you are feeling great, but you have never achieved the so-called optimal standards, maybe it's because genetically you, or maybe it's epigenetically as those two together, that your life has trained you to keep it up. Now maybe let it go and just surrender to trust yourself instead of trying to be just like everything is about body ideal. That you never feel good enough because you don't have the perfect ideal body, or you're never going to be good enough because you have a medical condition. All those things, let go. And then you know me, I am this way. It has become a super meditator in me. So that's a blessing in disguise. Remember, that is you too. So there you go. That was the energy little injection for you today. See you in the I&rsquo group. And remember now, you can consult with me one-on-one fitness consultation, and that is USD 160 sent to Zelle via Zelle at seizethetrainingday@gmail.com. It's how you take away the fee of 3% that is cut off on Venmo or PayPal. If you rather go with Venmo and PayPal, take USD 160 and multiply that with 3% more to cover the fee, so I get my service fee as coach and trainer and mindset coach. Thank you so much for listening.